Hello, welcome to our first ever live show.
Actually live.
Like live, like people can listen right now.
Are we
Yep.
still
We
explicit?
live, baby.
We are still explicit.
Yes,
Ron, say something explicit.
right
So
now.
we ain't just live. We fucking live.
Right.
Anyway, welcome to the fourth quarter cast. This is K Moore. We got J Mac in the house.
What's going on?
We got Cappy in the house.
What up?
And we got Ron on the phone.
Hello.
Hello. So, wow, this is weird.
Yeah, we're live.
Like people can listen to us
Yep.
right now. But obviously, we're gonna get right into it right now because Josh Gordan is back. Like for
Josh
the
Gordan
Browns.
is back.
Like he's back. No more. I don't know where he is. He's somewhere dealing with his problems. He's back. I can't wait to see him. Do you think he's gonna show in Hard Knocks?
Yeah. Well, here's how. So last week, or I would say the first episode of Hard Knocks, or no, should I say the second episode of Hard Knocks, the past one?
Yeah, the past one.
They stopped after the first preseason game. So like their preseason game this past week was on Friday. Josh Gordan's announcement was on Saturday. I don't know if it's going to make the episode or not. I hope it does. Maybe just like a brief announcement, and then the fourth episode
Yeah, it goes in
they'll
depth.
go in
Yeah.
depth because I know he's going to be on the show. He's going to be on the show. So
He's Josh Gordan.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're gonna do some like wild like edit to the end, or just like end credit scene like a Marvel movie.
yeah.
Oh yeah. And they
Like
just show
Josh
like his
Gordon's
journey.
silhouette moving through the building.
Him walking through the building at like 4:00 in the morning. Like, yeah, I'm back. How you
Yeah,
like
and then
me
like
now?
in the background, you're gonna see like the Flash logo behind him, and then it's just gonna go black, and we're gonna be longing for next week's episode immediately.
So, first of all, do we think this return is like we're coming back and this is it? I'm not leaving again, or I'm gonna come back, get in the rhythm of things. I might need another hiatus from the team again.
Now here's the deal: if he took his hiatus, I think if he knew, because listen, this is his career. Like you can't just say, "Oh, I'm coming back," and then be like, sorry guys, I got to go again." That's not how it works. So he knew that he had to get everything straight. Whether it have been, I know there are reports obviously about the child support.
Mm-hmm.
He's dealing with his mental status, making sure he doesn't fall back into that hole. But if he's back, he's back. And if he's back and tries to leave again, that's something the Browns got to think about. No matter how much talent he has, if he's constantly in and out, is it worth it?
Yeah, but I think this is one of those things that like I know there were the reports of the child support thing, whatever. And I think it was something that was worked out between him and the Browns. So I don't think it was him just saying, "Hey, I'm gonna peace out for about 2 weeks."
No, right.
My bad. So I think if it's part of the whole rehab and mental health and all that good stuff kind of thing, then I think it's perfectly fine. Now, if he's just disappearing for a couple weeks at a time, like people have before, then that's a cause for concern. But this
AKA
type of
Derrick
thing,
Rose.
I don't really think is.
Yeah, Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose just left.
Derrick Rose, that's what I was thinking of.
He just bounced. He's like, I don't want to do this anymore. So with Gordon announcing his return, obviously Des Bryant visited Thursday. Does this for the Browns? Does this say like, okay, Des? I don't know if we really need you anymore because Josh is back now.
Yeah,
It's
Pretty
tough.
much.
Yeah, I mean, because at this point you were thinking we don't know when Gordon's coming back, so hey Des, you want to play for the Browns?
yeah, and I mean, so there was obviously some concerns about Dez being on the team in the first place because he's a crybaby.
You bring a
diva.
whole new whole
Right.
new personality into the
So
locker room.
I don't know if you necessarily need that in the locker room, like even to take that chance, because I know this is kind of like a tryout year for Des Bryant.
Oh yeah,
he needs to show other teams like, hey, I'm still good.
mm-hmm.
But if something does go wrong and the Browns do Browns things and he gets upset about it, he's gonna have a blow up in the locker room and he's gonna end up messing with the psyche of the other guys.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't need it.
I think like so when guys go to new teams or new situations, people always bring like, okay, they were like this with the Cowboys. Dez was like this in the Cowboys. Yeah, outburst. He was a crybaby. But sometimes when you get in a new environment, you get a new team, you got new players, I don't know. It's like Jarvis Landry, perfect example, right? Jarvis Landry coming in, he's buying in. He's like, yo, I want to be a part of changing Cleveland Browns. Not saying Dez, that's his thought process, like, yeah, I can't wait to change the Cleveland Browns. But it's like when you get into that environment, you're like, yo, they're really doing something. Maybe I could put my ego aside. Even if we are losing, I could put my ego aside and know it's going to get better.
Ron, what are your thoughts?
Do I think they need to sign Des Bryant now? No, not necessarily. Do I think they still should? I don't see why not. I mean,
That's where I'm at.
Like, why not add more talent?
You have, what is it, $59 million in cap space? Give the guy a 1-year deal. If he's an asshole throughout the year, cut him. You cut your losses. It's not a big deal at all. I mean, I just don't see why not, because you bolster the wide receiver corp, and you just work with it. It is what it is at this point. I mean, it's a 1-year deal. I don't see a problem with it. I mean, if it gets to the issue where Des Bryant's like, I want a year and like $8 million, $10 million, then I mean, yeah, there's no reason to sign him at that point, because you're just being selfish and greedy at that point. But I don't see why not, in my opinion, really.
And this is what you call a segue, people. They practically cut my man because they got nothing out of it. Literally, pretty much nothing. Corey Coleman gets traded. Literally, like watching Hard Knocks and like just watching it is like, wow. They just said, okay, you want to leave? Bye,
Dude, like, yeah, we're like, Molly and I were watching it, and like when it happened, you're like, oh wow, that's crazy. And then you start to think about it. You're like, dude, he was like almost in tears in Hugh Jackson's office. Like, man, if you guys aren't gonna play me, just trade me. And then he's gone. Like that just shows you like. That shows you the darker side of the NFL. Like, they don't care about
You're expendable.
Or just professional sports in general.
Or
I
guess any profession, really. If you tell your boss, like, hey, if you don't want me here, get rid of me, they'll find a way to get rid of
They'll
you.
be like, all right, cool.
Gone.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it.
And it'd be different if Corey Coleman was like, had a good rookie year. Like, he'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
let's think about what he's saying to me. Hugh Jackson was like, okay, bye. I'll see you. But crazy thing, Corey Coleman, got traded to the Bills. They played them the next week. But kind of called out HBO for not giving giving the full story of like how it all transpired. Of course, we just saw him walk into Hugh Jackson's office and say, yo, if you're not going to play me, trade me. And he made it seem like there's more to it. There's more leading up to it. Obviously, he didn't disclose any of that information. He's just like, yes, that's a laughable moment. I don't think it is. You got moved to Buffalo for a pick that
was
probably
it,
won't
sixth
use.
round?
I think 7th round.
7th round, 2020.
Yeah, like,
Even David Njoku, when he heard that, he was like, man, they traded him for that? Seriously, he's like,
yeah, they
he's
were
like,
in the
oh
room.
my
They're like,
gosh.
wow, they literally traded him for nothing. He was
Yeah.
like he literally they just said bye.
Jared, what did I
believe.
describe the trade value as?
Oh, you said something like,
So a bag of Skittles and an overpants a hand job.
yeah. Yeah, it's pretty
That's
much
basically
what
what it is.
All right, so
It's terrible. Like they're not. It's no value. I mean, they just basically told Corey Coleman to go F himself.
pretty
Like,
much.
straight up.
I mean, well, Corey Coleman plays for the Bills. They played him next week. They lost to the Bills by 2, but takeaways from the game. Me personally, Tyrod Taylor, again, proves I'm the starting quarterback. Baker definitely had a better game. He's, again, seemed cool, calm, collected, did his job, led a nice drive. I mean, again, you see the Browns, and like, I know it's preseason. We've seen this last year, 4-0. But takeaways. I mean, Jared, how do you feel about the
I'll
Browns?
go over it quickly. So, they didn't run well at all
Again.
week 1. No, week
yeah.
1 they did. This week, this previous week, that was one of their focuses. You could tell they were trying to run the ball like every play, And, they had some big runs, but I was texting Ron during the game. The, grinding, play-to-play run game still wasn't really there. Ron mentioned it, the line of scrimmage, there's not many wins happening as a line of scrimmage. Somebody's got to step up, and I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard to say, hey, let's start pushing the defense off the ball, but needs to happen. Defense, by the way, looked great.
Yeah,
they
can't block.
I mean,
defense,
I feel like they've looked great past 2-3 years. It's been we just don't have anyone to stay on the field to score points from.
Right.
So you got.
Am I not going to give my takeaways?
Oh, sorry, Ron. Sorry, Ron. I didn't mean.
There's more questions following up to that.
I know.
Ron.
We're trying to get through this, dude.
Right. What do you mean we're trying to? We're live.
Just go. Go. Talk.
Anyhow. Right. Yeah, Jared, defense looked great. However, after that first team left, you saw a lot of the depth issues. Josh Allen looked really good. Was able to come through and actually play fairly decently.
Screw Josh Allen.
Compared to week one. No, do I think Josh Allen is still a good quarterback? Absolutely not. Did he look good against the second team and third team secondaries of the Browns? Kinda. I think Baker played well, but I don't think he had as good a game as he did week one. They were terrible on third down. Just absolutely pitiful, but Todd Haley also hasn't been great on third down for his entire career, it seems like. So I think those are some of the issues they got to work through. They just got to work on the depth issue. They don't have a lot of second and third man up kind of things. So that's the biggest issue that comes away from week two, really.
So
there, I'm done.
Are you
Thank
done?
You, Ron.
Goodness gracious. So
yeah, sorry.
Last thing about the Browns here, do you guys think Baker should get a little run with the first team at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he gets time with the first team in practice here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. I mean, it couldn't hurt. It's the preseason. Who cares? People are going to start speculating, obviously, but don't start him.
I was just about to say, I was like, the media cares. Do you understand the whirlwind of things?
Yeah, can you imagine
immediately
it has
after
one
he stepped
great
on the field
game
with the first team?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll throw him out there at some point with the starters, but
yeah, probably especially week 3,
or
week
the
4,
fourth
yeah,
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we're like, Tyrod, just stay out.
Most of the starters do not play fourth week.
They'll get a series or two. I mean, we'll get Baker for almost 2 to 3 quarters.
And give him some guys that can block.
That'd be great.
The second team O-line wasn't doing
He's
anything.
got to practice his footwork.
Yeah. He got to practice Colt McCoy.
Honest to God.
So, I mean, since we brought that up, do we think starters should really be playing preseason all that much?
All right.
Does the risk
I mean, just as much
outweigh the reward?
Exactly.
No.
What
the risk. I'm sorry, yes. The risk outweighs the reward by far.
Okay.
I understand.
I was about to say, what are you talking about?
You need, in-game,
You don't want to be rusty, yeah.
You need that connection in game versus a different team. But you still, I don't know, man. You're putting these 10, 15, 20, $25 million contracts out on the field in a game that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And somebody gets hurt. Who just got hurt from the Cowboys? One of their main linemen.
I can't remember.
Anyway, he's one of the best linemen in the NFL. Got hurt in a preseason game.
I mean, for the Bills-Browns game, A.J. McCarron broke his collarbone.
Yeah, he did.
And they were hoping he was going to be the starter this